Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So ADA continues to push a little bit higher here. Just have a few red candles, but it at the moment doesn't concern me, at least not at the moment. We are still above the green support area. As I said, as long as we're holding that, we can still focus on higher. We haven't broken any of the previous lows, so technically we're still in an uptrend, even though momentum is slowing down here a little bit at the moment. So we certainly need to observe that. You can see a bearish divergence on the RSI, for example, here, making higher highs just about, but pretty clearly lower highs on the RSI. There's a 30-minute chart. We can see it on the hourly as well. Not sure if we see it on the 4-hour. Let's just try. Yeah, there is pretty much a bearish divergence here. That's pretty clear, and that's currently coming here into reality, and you can see the reflection now in the price pattern as well. Now, I thought a little bit about maybe restructuring this move. Doesn't really change too much. Just tidies it up a little bit based on the latest price action. What we still expect here is sort of going higher at the moment because we have broken above recent highs. We have not lost the wave X high, yeah, so we have sort of not retested it really. Yeah, you could say we did, but we dropped a little bit below the wave X high in this small wave 2. But let's take a look at how we can actually restructure that move, because you had here, again, another retracement where we shouldn't really have one in this wave 3. So let's just try to unwind that a little bit. What I would do, so obviously we're still in this, ideally in this wave 5. A couple of options here. I don't want to make it too complicated. There's a lot going on, so there are other wave patterns possible as well. I did mention it before, so we could, for example, also say, but I don't want to confuse people, that the entire move up here was a wave 1 and we came down here in a wave 2. So we finished the wave 1 here, this is a wave 2, and we're now moving up in a wave 3, so that would be a much more bullish view. But at the moment it doesn't make a difference in the short term, and it would in both cases mean that we are still going to push higher, also here in this 5th wave of the first that we have on the radar at the moment. Yeah. So let's just move these waves. So we had still, this is a 1-2 that's unchanged, but I would rather count these movements here as subwaves now with the latest price action. So would like to move this 3rd wave to this high here. Then we had a 4 and a 5. The reason is because of this, let's say, fairly strong dip, not too significant, yeah. That we had a 1-2 setup here. We just think they had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we had 5 waves complete, because the subwaves now with the latest price action add up much nicer to a 5-wave move. Just to show you, we had, I think I moved the wave 2 here, so pretty much like that. Yes, and then we had here a 1, 2. Then this was a 3. We had this wave. We had a wave 4 here and a wave 5 of 3. Then we had here the 4 and the 5. That finishes off now a wave 1. So I'm going to move back this yellow count. I mean, in the end, all I did is to move this wave 1 really. So, and then we had the wave 2 low here. So we have a cleaner 1-2 setup. And that would mean that we could assume we are now in the 3rd wave. Let me just, so again, you can see it doesn't really change a lot. So still have this 5th wave going of the 1st. We could then say, all right, maybe we are now here again in a small 1 and 2, and we could expect now to rally in a 3rd wave, as long as, and that is the condition again, we hold this wave 2 low at 36.3 cents. So against that, we can focus on higher. If we lose that level, then we would have to assume that this yellow wave 2 was never finished. Yeah, and then we had possibly here an A wave, a B wave, and now we're coming down in C of 2, and the wave 2 would probably move over here. The next relevant support level would then be, well, I would have to, then we use the fibs, yeah, then we use the fibs, and in that case we could come down to 33.6 cents. That's the 78.6% retracement. Going below that would seriously challenge this assumption that we are still here in an uptrend, and might have to consider then that all of this is a correction. I don't really like this move to the upside. I'm very honest with you. This looks completely messy. but it works out. You can count it as an, as a possible uptrend here. We have our 1s and 2s, but it all sort of rises and falls now if with this wave 2 support. Do we hold it? Ideally, yeah, if I'm now zooming in to just look at this sort of smaller wave structure here, go to the 30-minute chart. Ideally, in this 1-2 setup, we are now going to hold also the 78.6 retracement. You can see we came down to the 61.8 at 37.16 cents. We could drop a bit more, and we have a small reversal candle here, but it's way too early to confirm that. The 78.6 retracement, ideally we are holding that. So if I draw that a bit accurate more here, these fibs just to the highs and the lows, then yeah, it's sort of the 36.8 cent level that we need to hold. 36.57 is still acceptable, but below that we are probably going to break below the 36.3 cent level. So ideally in such a wave 2, you wanted to hold the 78.6. And in terms of the subwaves, you can actually see nicely here an A wave, here a B wave, and then this could be the C wave. And we could even try to calculate the target for the C wave based on the length of the A wave. Yeah, I mean, this would allow us to come down a bit lower. As you can see, the 1.618 extension, which is an ideal target for a C wave, is a 36.8 cent level. So it's well above, it's basically exactly at the 78.6 retracement. So you can see how these work together. So yeah, that's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.